Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and this is the fifth news from 30th January newspaper front page dawn. NAC's debate on Banigala after operation against cockers in Lahore. M&A moves the privilege motion against the demolition of house, amount of damages to a broadsheet questioned by Syed Irfan Taza. Islamabad, Prime Minister Imran Khan's hilltop house in Banikala resurfaced again in the National Assembly debate on Friday when the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz PML and member Afzal Khokhar moved a privilege motion against the razing of his house in Lahore last Sunday. The government, however, defended the operation when advisor to the Prime Minister on Parliamentary Affairs, Dr. Babar Awan, questioned the tabling of the motion and said this House cannot defend land grabbers. The PMLN members stood up from their seats. Some of them even surrounded the Speaker's dais and raised slogans. The issue of the UK-based assets recovery from a broadsheet also remained in the spotlight. Opposition members questioned whether awarding damages to broadsheet came under the purview of the Assets Recovery Unit and if the government had hired any other firm to trace offshore properties and assets of Pakistanis. The House was informed that people, especially those in the low-income group, were compelled to pay 30 to 40% taxes on the use of mobile phones. On one hand, the illegal palatial palatial house of Prime Minister Imran Khan in Banikala has been regulated at a cost of rupees 1.2 million, while on the other, my legitimate house is demolished, Afzal Khokhar said in his privilege motion. If we were land grabbers, then Imran Khan is Kabza Mafia as well. The PMLM member said, adding, I have not given my sisters sewing machines from the government funds. He said that he was the fifth bona fide purchaser of the demolished house. Refuting Baba Awan's claim, Mr. Crocker said, the local administration, police and Lahore Development Authority carried out the operation at about 4 a.m. despite stay orders from the Lahore High Court. My daughters and sisters were sleeping in the house when the 8-hour-long operation was carried out, forcing them to stand outside in the cold weather, he said, adding that sisters and daughters are not kept in illegal houses. The PMLN member said his house was raised to punish him for his loyalty to former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and his family. We will remain loyal to Nawaz Sharif forever, he added. Mr. Coker asked the National Assembly Speaker Asad Kausar to send the matter to the relevant standing committee of the lower house to thoroughly discuss it. I challenge Babar Awan that if I am found guilty, I will accept my punishment announced by the Speaker. But what punishment would you suggest for yourself if you are found to be wrong? He added. At this, the Speaker reserved his ruling on the motion and did not send the matter to the Privilege Committee. Prime Minister Imran Khan, during his visit to Sahiwal on Friday, had said Nawaz Sharif and his daughter Mariam Nawaz were backing the Qabza Mafia in Lahore. Later, PMLN leaders Shahid Fakan Abbasi and Hassan Iqbal held a joint press conference outside the Parliament House and asked if the Privilege Committee could not look into Afzal Kukar's case, then what could it do? Demolishing Coco Palace is a malicious attempt of the government against the opposition, Mr. Abbasi said. The NA speaker became furious when the PMLN members protested against Baba Awan's remarks and snubbed the former petrol minister, Hassan Iqbal. You call yourself a professor. Is this the way you talk? He remarked. Earlier during the question hour, PMLN leader Murtaza Javed Abbasi said mobile phone companies were charging 30 to 40% taxes on phone bills. These companies are collecting advance tax, sales tax, and a tax of mobile cards, he added. Baba Awan endorsed Mr. Abbasi's point and said that the present government had reduced withholding tax on mobile phone users from 14% to 12%. Replying to a question by Pakistan People's Party PPP leader Naveed Qamar, advisor to the Prime Minister on accountability Shahbaz Akbar, said the present government had not made any agreement any with an assets recovery firm, including broadsheet. We are now focusing on government to government deals, he said. Another PMLN member, Shiza Fatima, asked under what criteria the number of ASAS program beneficiaries had been increased. The last poverty survey was conducted in 2018, and we heard that the government had excluded over 800,000 beneficiaries from the Benazir Income Support Program, but later included hundreds of thousands under what basis, she wondered. Ms. Fatima asked why the number of higher education commissions or scholarships had been reduced. To this, a Treasury member replied that the scholarships had in fact been increased as a large number was being provided through the SARS program. Earlier, NA Speaker Asad Kasser expressed his displeasure over the absence of ministers and parliamentary secretaries from the House. Baba Awan and Naveed Qamar endorsed the Speaker and said that in the absence of ministers, at least the parliamentary secretary should attend the proceedings. The Senate is quite strict on the issue and does not allow any parliamentary secretary to speak on behalf of the minister, Mr. Qamar added. And in the end, you can see हमारा legend आ गए. See Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, and he is now more than 20, I think. So now, in the end, the formal request, if you have not yet, please subscribe our channel and press the like and bell button to get the fresh from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Goodbye.